Hello, everyone, and thank you for being part of the Arsenal chapter. And please subscribe and ring that notification bell so you do not miss out on whatever I've got to bring to you as long as this sports and as long as this Arsenal related, right? About here at the Arsenal chapter with me, your very host, Abu Kaus, as I'm definitely right about here to give you the latest. We've got quite a lot of information coming in. A lot of information coming in. We've got to talk about Balogun. We've got to talk about David Raya, the goalkeeper from Brentford. And also, do not forget that Bitello is yet another one that we are definitely going to be talking about. We're also going to be talking about, actually, it's a big number of football players that we are going to be talking about today. I'm Hamid Kudus. Quite a lot to talk about, really. All you need to do is simple subscribe and ring that notification bell so that you do not miss out on whatever I've got to bring to you as long as this sports and as long as it is Arsenal related, right about here at the Arsenal chapter with me, your very host, Abu Kaus. As you can definitely get into the comment section. We can always have a chat in the comment section, talk about different things, who's going to sign for the club, who is not going to sign for the club, who is leaving the club. And if you've got any questions, I would definitely be glad to answer them. But as of now, we're definitely going to be talking about a few football players, and I hope things definitely are not bad with you as we definitely get into these transfers. And as people have been asking, why is Arsenal even signing a football goalkeeper? And yet there is the presence of Aaron Ramsdale. We're going to tackle all this. We're definitely going to be talking about all this. All you need to do is simple. Now subscribe and ring that notification bell so that you do not miss out on anything I've got to bring to you right about here. Anyway, let's talk about a few things. As definitely am more than happy to be here with you. You can let us know where you're watching from, which part of the world you definitely are watching from. So many people have been asking. Quite a number of people have been asking, really asking me what's definitely happening. Why is the club Arsenal really? Why is Arsenal buying a few more football players? Why is Arsenal buying? Why is Arsenal interested in Raya? So, just a minute. Why is Arsenal buying Raya? Why is Arsenal even interested in buying a second goalkeeper? Definitely, there is a lot to talk about when it comes to all this, but I can confirm to you that what is happening is this is exactly what is happening. Aaron Ramsdale has gone into a situation where he is very comfortable. Aaron Ramsdale is very comfortable, and this has definitely not gone on quite well with the current manager of the club, Arsenal. So it happens that the manager of Arsenal, Mikel Arteta, is not very happy with what is definitely going on, and he goes on and says that Aaron Ramsdale has become a bit reluctant and he needs a bit of competition. And that's why we are seeing Arsenal really are going for another goalkeeper. Because there is no way, let's put it this way, there is no way you can sign a goalkeeper like David Raya, who is first goalkeeper of Brentford and has helped Brentford quite a lot. He's definitely a very wonderful, a very good one. He's not you're not going to bring him and put him on the bench full time. Of course, he will want to play. He will want to play. Will want to get into onto the pitch and play a few games. And definitely, I think for a football goalkeeper of his caliber, there is no chance whatsoever of bringing him and leaving him at the sides. It's practically impossible. I don't see that really happening. But Arsenal have already gone on and agreed personal terms, and that definitely shows you how serious this is. Because some people were asking me, possibly this is not true. Arsenal cannot get rid of Aaron Ramsdale. Nobody is getting rid of Aaron Ramsdale. There is no one that is really saying that Aaron Ramsdale should leave the club or anything. Aaron Ramsdale is remaining at the club, but also he's going to face quite big competition because David Raya is a very good goalkeeper, is a very wonderful goalkeeper, and him getting to the club, Arsenal, will mean that there is going to be quite a lot of competition for the number one place of the club for the goalkeeping section at Arsenal. Do not forget that Bernard Leno really, that's how he actually moved out of Arsenal. when Aaron Ramsdale was given just the slightest of chances to impress Mikel Arteta, he made sure that he impressed. And that is actually what happened. He impressed on very many occasions. Every single time he was given a chance to come on the pitch and keep safe the goals of the club Arsenal, he really did it quite perfect, and he turned out to be a wonderful one. So let's hope really that everything keeps on going on quite well for the club Arsenal, and hopefully we are going to be seeing more things, more football players really joining the club Arsenal. And again, the competition really, I can still say that the competition is healthy, and I would like to really say that it's quite good. Arsenal has had a problem of depth before, where you find that Arsenal has top football players, but when you see which football player is on the bench, really, it doesn't add up really. You find like a football player like Bukayo Saka is on, but a football player is going to come on if Bukayo Saka gets an injury, possibly. It's not the best of football players, but that's why even Arsenal has been linked to Mohamed Kudus. Arsenal is trying to sign Mohamed Kudus because Bukayo Saka has played almost every game there is. The last season, Bukayo Saka played almost every game, and he shouldn't be like that really. He should have a bit of a rest so that when he comes back much better and bigger and better. But the fact that he plays almost every game, he gets exhausted. And also sometimes we can see football players becoming a bit reluctant because they're in certain positions and they know they are irreplaceable. But when you've got a football player like Bukayo Saka, and he definitely knows that there is a hungry talent out there that is up to his number, that is up to his place, then he plays much more better. So let's get into a little bit into the comment section and see what people are asking. We can always definitely talk about it, as we are also going to be talking about Bitello and what's happening with Balogun. I've got quite a bit of news about Balogun, and I've also got a bit of news about Bitello. But let's get into the comment section. I can see Joseph saying, watching from Sierra Leone. Thank you, Joseph. Then I can see still somebody asking me, please, will you, when will the Premier League start? Premier League will start May, July 2023, around 10 days to go, 9 to 10 days to go. May, July 2023, that's when it will start. Premier League action, just a few days from now. Then Joseph Lovely saying, watching from Sierra Leone. Anyway, thank you everybody in the comment section, and please make sure you do not forget subscribe and ring that notification bell so that every time I definitely come live, you can always have me. You can always get me live, loud and clear. Anyway, let's get the party rolling. Really, let's get the party rolling, as we definitely will keep on talking about a few things here and there. And now let's talk about Balogun. So you will remember that West Ham has come out and said that they need Balogun. But also remember, Arsenal has already got a football player from West Ham. Arsenal has actually signed 3 football players already, and that's Kai Havertz from Chelsea. And despite that Kai Havertz was signed from Chelsea, there's yet another football player who was signed from Ajax Amsterdam. And that's none other than Urian Timber, was also a very great talent. And if Arsenal sign Mohamed Kudus, they will make a reunion because of them have been playing for Ajax Amsterdam. The third football player is the football player from West Ham, was signed at £105 million, record-breaking fee for both the English national team and also for the club Arsenal. And that is Declan Rice, and is expected really to match that price because that was expensive, I must say. Very expensive, and I must say it was extremely expensive. So the club West Ham realized at this moment in time that they need a striker, and West Ham have contacted Arsenal and said they need the football player Balogun. But Arsenal is very sure that, very aware, 100% that despite the fact that they want the football player, they know they've got the money. And Arsenal, having really agreed the deal and payment structure in place for £105 million, they would like to take a bit of that money back. And that's why Arsenal really said any club that needs Balogun, they're not in a hurry. Arsenal's not in a hurry. Any club that definitely needs Balogun should go on and put in 100. Sorry, not 100, sorry, £50 million. £50 million for Balogun. It's either £50 million and you take the football player, or you leave the football player. No negotiations. That's what Arsenal has said. So West Ham comes in having hiked really the prices of Declan Rice, put the prices quite high, because Arsenal put in a few bids and all these bids were rejected, starting from a £70 million bid rejected, 80 rejected, 90 rejected, up to 105, which cut off the deal, which actually accelerated the deal, and Arsenal took the football player. So West Ham contacted Arsenal and said, look, we need the football player, but on a possibly £30 million, and Arsenal's like, you're joking. There is no chance you're going to get the football player for that amount of money. But Mikel Arteta is very sure, and he's very aware that there's a very big possibility, there's a very big chance that Mikel Arteta is where a lot of clubs are interested in him. Quite a big number of clubs are interested in him. And when he was away on loan, he was scoring on almost every game there is. And that's why the club Arsenal is really saying that he is definitely going nowhere. Anyway, let's tackle yet another football player. Let's talk about yet another football player. That was it with Balogun. And now let's talk about the youngster from Gremio. A very wonderful talent, still very young, and also not very young, not very young really, but quite okay. He's a very good football player and a very wonderful midfielder, and that's Bitello. Bitello is a very good one, perfect one, very wonderful football player, I must say. And Bitello has impressed on quite a number of occasions, and that's why Arsenal have really gone on and made sure that they want to sign the football player. Arsenal has already agreed a move for the football player. Arsenal have really gone and said that they need this football player, the Gremio football player, by fair means or foul. Arsenal is trying its level best to make sure that they can sign the Gremio football player Bitello. And it is reportedly said that personal terms really shouldn't be any problem, but the football players already agreed a move to the club Arsenal, and that is definitely quite great. So him agreeing a move to the club Arsenal, that shows you really that he is very much into the move, and it is down to Arsenal. It is £9 million that Gremio said that he wants from the football for the football player. And Arsenal didn't go into any bidding or nothing. Arsenal just accepted that amount of money. You know, Arsenal is used really. That amount of money, it's not quite a lot of money for the club. Arsenal, I mean, Arsenal has paid 105 for Declan Rice. It's paid 35, 36.7, something like that, 38.7 for the football player Urian Timber, and 65 for Kai Havertz. So £9 million really shouldn't be a big problem. There shouldn't be anything. It shouldn't be a problem whatsoever. £9 million should definitely be okay, and that's why Arsenal's like, I'm not going into a bidding war with anybody. I'm not really going into talks and agreeing terms and what with the football player negotiating. I'm going to pay the £9 million. Arsenal accepted. And really, I think we should consider this as a deal that is done, because it's really, we should consider it done, because everything is going on quite well for the football player. It's really, I must say, everything is really going on quite well for the football player. and for the club Arsenal. As Arsenal trying to see how they can definitely tackle this transfer and accomplish it 100%. For some reason, Mikel Arteta likes Brazilian football players. When you see the amount of Brazil football players that are at Arsenal, there are four. This could definitely make the fifth Brazilian football player at the club Arsenal. We already know there is Martinelli, he's a Brazilian. There's Gabriel Jesus, there is Marquinhos, there is also Gabriel Mangales. And now the fifth one, the fifth football player could definitely be the Gremio superstar, and that's none other than Bitello. So you can let us know what you definitely think about Bitello and him joining the club Arsenal. As definitely I cannot wait to see him in the Premier League, and hopefully things really keep on going on quite well for the club Arsenal, as Arsenal is trying its level best. As you definitely know that we in this transfer show, we definitely always try and go we always try and go to the media watch and see who is definitely talking about what. Let's get into Arsenal transfer news. On Media Watch, we see which companies which are talking about Arsenal news, who is going to be signed, and what is definitely happening at this point in time. So, let's see what definitely everybody is saying about the club Arsenal. Let's get the party started. And for some reason, I do not trust a few sources. So I'll get to sources that I really trust, that I think that these sources really bring out the best of information. So let's start with the Mirror, which is a trusted source. I can see the Mirror saying, Mikel Arteta's trusted allies show Arsenal's something. I can say this is an advert going on that's preventing me from reading it. So, Mikel Arteta's trusted ally shows Arsenal's real David Raya plan after backup claims. So let's see what they are saying. Arsenal looking to sign Brentford goalkeeper David Raya this summer, with the Spaniard highly rated by Mikel Arteta's trusted goalkeeper coaches, and one of the coaches is Inaki Kana. So they're saying that Kana previously worked with David Raya during his time at Brentford's coaching staff, before leaving to link up with Arteta at the club Arsenal. During his time at Brentford, Kana played a big role in the decision to sign David Raya from Blackburn, and Blackburn Rovers in the first place, and the goalkeeper has previously hailed the impact the coach had on his career. So that's coming in from the Mirror. And they keep on saying, they're going and say, he helped me loads. Raya told The Independent back in 2021. He's a completely different character on the pitch. He's very hardworking, very tough, and I think every goalkeeper who's worked from him will tell you the same. So that's news from we're getting that from the Mirror, which is quite a trusted source. I like the Mirror really. It brings in a bit of good information and reliable. Well, as some sources, really, you cannot trust some sources. Some sources are really rubbish. You get your source and it's really telling you stuff that you also cannot imagine. So there's been an alternative of the goalkeeper, saying that Sanchez could be one of the football players, goalkeepers that could be signed. So people saying that it could be Sanchez or it could be David Raya. But with Sanchez, really, he's a very good goalkeeper. But I don't think that Arsenal really are going to go for Sanchez, because at this moment in time, Arsenal is interested in the. Let me try and see what I can get for Sanchez. Sanchez, the Brighton goalkeeper, because Arsenal is a bit linked with him. And I can see it's not Arsenal alone. Also, Chelsea are also interested in Sanchez. So let's see how it definitely goes. But I don't think that Arsenal would really go for him. For some reason, I don't think that Arsenal would go for Sanchez. It's just a rumor. Arsenal is very interested in David Raya. The biggest of possibilities is that David Raya is gonna end up at the club Arsenal. But with Sanchez, really, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure about Robert Sanchez ending up at the club Arsenal. And there is no possibility that Arsenal is going to sign both football players. It definitely will not happen. That will not happen. It's definitely going to sign at least one football player. Somebody asking me what will happen to Matt Turner. I think he's heading for an exit. There is a big possibility that he's going to leave the club, as he's already been linked to a number of clubs, and that's why we're definitely going to be seeing a lot more happening this summer transfer window. 10 days to go, and we are in the Premier League. The Premier League definitely starts very soon. So Arteta and Edu should put more effort to go for these players and bring them to compete for the Champions League, especially Kudus and Bitello. And that's Joseph. Thank you, Joseph, for the contribution. Thank you for being part of this. And I think possibly you're definitely right. So let's hope really everything goes on quite well for the club. Arsenal is really trying its level best to make sure that they can sign a few more football players. And whom would you definitely like to get to the club Arsenal? Whom would you like Arsenal to sign? Who is that football player that you are saying Arsenal should definitely sign? Arsenal should definitely sign this football player. Who is that? Let us know what you definitely think and whom you definitely think that Arsenal should sign in this summer transfer window. As we know, Arsenal has already signed 3 from different sources. We definitely got to know that Arsenal is going to be spending at least something like 150 million pound more. Arsenal has already signed 208 football players worth 208 million pound, and there is an anticipation that Arsenal could stretch its budget to something that is close or next to 150 million more. Crazy money. It's a lot of money there. So let's hope really everything will keep on moving on quite well for the club Arsenal, as we definitely know that Arsenal is trying its level best to make sure that I can get more football players. Let's hope things keep on moving on quite well for the club Arsenal. Otherwise, I think let's really get the party rolling. But I think what I definitely think everybody into the those of you who are in the comment section, are you a bit dormant today? What's happening? You're not contributing. You're leaving it to me. What's happening? People in the comment section, come on, say a word. Say a word. Let's chat. Let's have a chat here. Let's have a chat here. Keep this going. Let us keep this really moving. Anyway, I'm almost signing out. So I think if I say thank you, everybody, for being part of this podcast, this live video. Thank you for being with me in this live video, as we definitely have been talking about 3 wonderful football players. We've definitely been talking about David Raya. We've also been talking about another. Somebody's asking me. Thank you, Joseph, by the way, for being part of this. We need a striker, Dusan Vlahovic. I do not think that Dusan Vlahovic is going to come to Arsenal. As nasty as it looks, Arsenal has really tried to sign Dusan Vlahovic from way back. January, last summer transfer window. Arsenal was heavily linked to the football player. And this summer transfer window, general transfer window actually, Arsenal was heavily linked to Dusan Vlahovic. in this moment in time, Dusan Vlahovic is definitely not going to make a move to the club Arsenal. Chelsea are in the final stages of signing Dusan Vlahovic. That's how bad it is. Sorry for that, my friend. That's it for Dusan Vlahovic. You've been asking about Dusan Vlahovic. I know he's been an Arsenal target, very big Arsenal target, but Chelsea is most likely going to sign the football player because Chelsea has already agreed a swap deal because it's going to be Romelu Lukaku moving to Juventus and Dusan Vlahovic going to Chelsea, and it's going to be a cash plus player plus cash deal because Dusan Vlahovic is really rated quite high. That transfer involves a lot of money because he's evaluated at around £70 million. So, and Lukaku is way lower than that. So we could be seeing Lukaku really moving to Juventus, and also at the club Chelsea adding a bit of money, which is anticipated to be £38.6 million. That is going to be added in addition to a football player, Romelu Lukaku, for an exchange of Dusan Vlahovic, the Arsenal target. Anyway, let's hope things keep on going on quite well. And let me see again. Joseph saying, then Balogun should give a chance. Balogun is already on the the transfer markets. He's already on the market. So, but Arsenal are very confident that somebody will take him. And if nobody's giving him the £50 million, he can definitely stay and play. Manchester United wants the football player Balogun, and West Ham also want him. A big number of football players football clubs want the football player Balogun. So it's been nice having a chat over here, and thank you for being part of this. And please subscribe and ring that notification bell so you do not miss out on whatever I've got to bring to you as long as this sports. And as long as it is Arsenal related right about here, the Arsenal chapter, it's been nice having a chat right about here. Let's meet yet in another live video. Thank you and goodbye for now.